Hi there, my name's Alene. I've been in the industry for a very long time. I worked with Terrell years ago and I'm so excited to team up with her and all of the other wonderful presenters here. I think I can speak for all of us when I say that we've all had amazing careers and we've probably all come across amazing opportunities that you can't even imagine. And now we are all here together because we want to give back to the industry and help you all get involved and get started. I'm really sorry I can't be there in person, but I am with you in spirit. I started out as a crew cook on a 65-meter boat and then worked as second stew on several yachts that chartered in the Bahamas, New England, Alaska, the Caribbean, and in the Med. When I accepted my first chief stew position, I stayed with that boat for 7 years. Next, I spent several years training stews on board yachts, and during that time I wrote my book. When it was published, I was asked to create the interior curriculum for a well-known private maritime school that offered training for commercial and yachting careers. I was the lead instructor. I really love training and mentoring stews. The best part is helping to bring out the best they already have inside. Teaching on board is a great way to go because they're using the supplies on their own boat. Teaching and practicing in a classroom setting is great too. Then, of course, COVID came along and everything shut down. So now here we all are getting together again and finding a new way to share our knowledge and give back to the industry that's done so much for us. Yachting is a pretty special career. Yachting is a private service industry. Lots of people who get into a service occupation just do it for the money and it's just a job, while other people have a passion to make a difference in people's lives. When you step onto a yacht, you're stepping into someone's dream. It's our service that keeps that dream alive. It's an unusual opportunity to serve, but why not serve on a beautiful yacht that sails all around the world? Maybe you've seen this quote before, but it kind of says it all. Mahatma Gandhi said, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." He was a great leader in his day, powerful yet humble. On a yacht, you work long hours. You live where you work, so you really have to learn to respect each other. A little humility goes a long way. The best teams bond together to achieve success. That camaraderie is part of the fun. The yachting experience is an opportunity for crew to choose a career path and set some goals and then find ways to reach them. Many times along the way, people find a passion for what they do and develop skills they didn't even know they had. We're here today to get you fired up and help you find opportunities and ignite your passion. Let's take a look at what you need to know to get started in a service career in yachting. Yachting is probably different from anything you've done before. When we talk about the demographics of the industry, we mean the cross-section of the nationalities of owners and crew and what type of yachting programs they choose. There are sailboat programs and powerboat programs and private yachts and charter yachts and yachts that run a combination program, maybe mostly private, but that charter on occasion too. The size of a yacht is important because the number of crew affects the way daily work is completed. Sometimes people think that bigger is better, but that is not always the case. The guidelines to getting into the industry include the proper resume, how to work with crew agents, salary, and contracts. You're going to find that there's a lot of mixed information out there about all of these things, and you just kind of have to learn it as you go along. It's not like you've got a college degree and you can start applying to companies and follow a certain career path and get started. Yachting is completely different. Ultimately, you decide what kind of career path you want to follow, and then you look for opportunities that will help you reach your goals. When you join this industry, you're going to find out it's not as glamorous as you might think. The reality is that you'll now live where you work with a bunch of strangers in a very small space with lots of rules and regulations. Since you can't go home at night, you have to learn to get along. Living on a yacht entails mutual respect, good manners, and even some humility among everyone on board. It can be very hard work that takes strength and stamina. Good health and hygiene, along with a very strong work ethic and determination to succeed, are requirements too. There are 3 departments on board: deck, interior, and engineering. On larger yachts, there's a clear distinction between departments, but on smaller yachts, everybody fills multiple positions. The captain is licensed and is at the top of the chain of command. The captain has extensive training and bears full legal responsibility for the vessel. He or she drives and manages the boat and makes sure all departments are working together. The larger the boat, the more rules and procedures there are to follow. The captain is the head of the deck department and works with the first officer and deck crew to take care of the exterior and carry out navigation. The chief stewardess and the chef will more or less run the interior under the command of the captain. On larger boats, the interior team is made up of purser, culinary, service, housekeeping, and laundry. Deck and engineering crew have an established route to follow to get licenses so they can move up in their careers. But there are no legal requirements for interior staff beyond food hygiene and safety and ship's cook certificate on some vessels. Again, there are no legal regulations regarding interior training because it doesn't involve safety or security laws. But we have determined a standardized path of training for interior crew so they can advance in their careers too. The interior is usually broken down into food and beverage service and housekeeping, including laundry. Overall, stews are responsible for the care and upkeep of furnishings and fixtures, all housekeeping and laundry, as well as all food and beverage service. Many boats run with 2 or 3 stews who rotate between service, housekeeping, and laundry. Others have 2 stews who rotate, and still others have a chef and a stew. Larger vessels may have massage therapists, estheticians, and nurses on board, in addition to service and housekeeping stews. There are tons of job openings right now and dozens of people just starting out. One of the biggest issues we hear about in hiring new crew is that they don't have the right attitude. The top 4 major requirements are a good work ethic, proper personal presentation, proper etiquette, and personal integrity. Living on a boat requires good health and personal hygiene, correct grooming, and following the uniform standard. Punctuality, exceptional attention to detail, and confidence are important too. There are specific guidelines on how to interact with others, how to address the guests, and how to maintain personal and professional boundaries. It takes an awareness of cultural differences and international protocol too, among both guests and crew. From here on out, the focus of this presentation will be strictly on the interior department, specifically as a steward or stewardess. There's a ton of stuff to learn about working in the interior department. One of the first things most stews are anxious about is how to serve food and beverages properly. And after STCW, the first course most stews take is silver service. Some boats are casual, some are very formal. Every yacht is different though. The chief stew will usually teach you everything you need to know for the particular yacht, but many stews start on smaller boats and there's no one to teach them what to do, so some training might mean more to them and help them advance in their career more quickly. As soon as you step on board a yacht as interior crew, you will be expected to know how to serve wine and cocktails as part of food service. It's kind of like working in a fancy restaurant, except you and the chef are doing every single thing. This is the next course most stews take in order to build their skills and confidence, and wine and cocktails are generally combined as one class in the beginning, and advanced courses are available later on. Along with food and menu knowledge, the nationality of the owners and guests will influence wine and cocktail preferences. It's a good idea to learn about the most trendy wine and cocktails along with some standard classics so that you have something to work with when you step on board. It might come as a shock to learn that along with everything else going on every day, it's your job to do all of the housekeeping and laundry too. That includes crew uniforms. You'll find there are just as many don'ts as there are do's because most of the things you'll be taking care of will be very expensive. So you don't want to make any mistakes. Using the wrong cleaning supplies or tools can damage the expensive furniture, artwork, carpets, woodwork, and marble. And then there are the gold bathroom fixtures you'll find on many boats. Everything is top-notch, from dishes and silverware to sheets and towels, and now it's your job to take care of it. Here's a little insider secret. Most stews kind of love doing laundry and ironing because you can kind of escape and get away from the everyday chaos that is life on a yacht. To sum it up, you can contribute to the world. You can make a difference in people's lives. We're running out of time, and this concludes a brief summary of the first few things you'll have to learn. But as you get better at your job, you can kind of pivot and see the bigger picture and where you fit in. Whether you feel called to make beautiful table settings, prepare fantastic food, or make the beds look beautiful, this could be your calling. And all callings are about contributing to the world. Being of service is truly a chance to make a difference in the lives of others, even if it just means making cappuccino for the crew in your spare time. So don't be overwhelmed by all of this information. Start somewhere. Just do it. You'll find that deep feeling of gratitude someday when you sincerely believe you're making the world a better place. I honestly believe there's no higher calling than service to make a difference in people's lives. I'm so lucky I found my calling. So as Oprah Winfrey says, I've come to believe that each of us has a personal calling that's as unique as a fingerprint, and that the best way to succeed is to discover what you love and then find a way to offer it to others in the form of service, working hard, and also allowing the energy of the universe to lead you. So come along with us. Let's find what you love and then offer it up with gratitude in service to others. There is no higher calling than service to your fellow man, and to do so through your own personal mastery of a craft is a gift enjoyed by few. Cultivate this gift and give it away. If you stick around long enough, you're going to hear amazing stories about people who took advantage of these opportunities to create the life that they truly love, with opportunities that you just don't find in a land-based job. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that we will all work together in the future to get you going in this industry. Take care. See you next time.